structure of the Iata DGR is different from the structure of the UN regulations and the ICAO technical instructions. So we have the Iata DGR contains 10 sections subdivided into sections and 7 appendices. The titles of the 10 sections are applicability. How can we apply the rules and regulations to the movement of goods and services concerning dangerous goods, the quantity that has to be carried, how to package them, and all those things. So applicable, how applicable they are. Then the limitations, what quantities are supposed to be carried. So normally, when you go to fill gas, you realize that there's a limit to which you can fill the gas. Sometimes people would want to fill it to the brim, but sometimes if you're not careful, it will explode. So therefore, when you are filling and gets to a point, then they'll stop. And people will continue to say that, fill it for me, fill it for me. It doesn't work like that. Then when you go to petrol filling stations too, we have a limit to which the tank can take. But sometimes taxi drivers would go and climb a small wooden structure which is made in such a way that their tank can tilt to one side so that it can take more. Or better still, they'll be shaking the car so that it can take more. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. If you are not careful, you will destroy your pump, or even when there's heat, the tank will burst or the car can even explode. So there are certain limitations when it comes to the amount of gas or amount of dangerous goods that can be taken. Then the third one has to do with classification. How to classify. Dangerous goods have been classified into class 1 of 9. 1 to 9. 1 talks about a particular consignment, explosives, then 2, 3, 4, up to 9. So every item that we have in this world which is dangerous has a class. So therefore, if you are not able to classify properly, whoever is handling the cargo may not know where a class into which it belongs. So there's always the need for the shipper, who is the key. As I told you from the very beginning, I did mention about that ill-fated freighter which got the Boeing, which had an accident and lost the crewmen, that the shipper never classified the dangerous goods and even did not identify them properly, as in the fourth title here. Packaging was not properly done, and specifications and marking labels were also not put on it. So when the people were the packers were trying to pack, because all these things were not done well, they found it difficult. There was no labeling, orientation marks. They found it difficult to get the goods properly arranged. Then the 8 talks about documentation, 9 about how to handle, and 10 talks about radioactive material. Now, the titles of the appendices are: A talks about the groceries, B the nomenclature, the numbering, C the current assignment substances, currently assigned substances, D list of FIATA member, associate member, and other airlines. So we have members of FIATA, then the associate members who are just associated, then other airlines who are operators. Then we also have competent authorities, packaging testing facilities, manufacturers, and suppliers are in the F titles of the appendices. and then the related services.